Hello guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. So today's gist is on Lalude Fatai Adetayo Adekunle. Guess what guys, he is celebrating his wedding anniversary. Well, it shocked you, it shocked me too, because I personally didn't picture Mr. Lalude be one who celebrates a wedding anniversary. Of course, yes, he appreciates his wife, but then again, very few Yoruba men actually celebrate their wedding anniversary. That is if they even remember the date. This is me not trying to tarnish the image of Yoruba men, but men generally, very few actually are good with dates. And to the surprise of many, they went ahead to share a picture of himself and his wife and added a caption saying happy wedding anniversary. Of course, the comment sections were filled with different reactions and wishes from fans and followers of Lalude. This woman in question seems to be very young, as people have concluded that this must be the youngest wife of Lalude considering his age and that of the woman in question. And also Lalude has older children and even younger ones who are yet to finish up primary school. Well, recently Lalude revealed the face of his beautiful wife while they were both dancing to a particular song, and people reacted differently to this video as people appreciated their dance step and the love they share. And also Lalude doesn't cease to post pictures of his little ones, the twin. Yes, Lalude has twins and they are both girls. He had them when he was in Ibadan. They was born on the 18th of January in Abeokuta, Ogun State. He needs no introduction as he is vast with traditional and cultural things. And speaking of incantation, he said one way or the other, he didn't learn it from anyone. He just finds himself writing it down, from writing it down to having to recite offhand. Speaking of incantation, recalling that in an interview with The Nation, it mentioned that he doesn't possess any spiritual power like people have concluded. In fact, it was further asked more and more that is it sure that he doesn't possess any spiritual power. Confirmed this by saying no, he doesn't have any terrestrial or spiritual power. In his words, it said, I don't possess any power. It is God who possesses all power. I'm just acting based on the roles given to me. Everything ends on set because in most cases, you can't possess the same ability that you have on set in real life. Acting is about bringing a character to life, and if you want the people to see the realness of your work, you have to do it very well. So those who say I have spiritual powers as it is portrayed in movies should be careful what they wish for. Pestering further, the interviewer asked and mentioned that there are lots of people who dread him as they believe he has spiritual powers. In fact, some of his neighbors have a fear in them, believing he has such power. He said, people fear me? I'm hearing this for the first time. Who gave me the power? Were they present when the power was being given to me? Have they ever seen me display such power in their presence or attack anyone with any power? One thing that I know is that not everybody who wants to get close to you has a genuine intention. Some people are full of evil and wickedness. So if you decide to stay away from those people, or you know how to handle such people, they will say you are using one power or another thing. It was Lalude clearing the air and stating emphatically that he has no such power. And speaking of incantation, as mentioned earlier, he said, it is funny that I don't even learn how to use incantation from anyone. Before now, I used to write it down and study it line by line, but after a while, I mastered it so well that I don't need any script to get into my character when it comes to playing my role. This was Lalude explaining this. Over 51 years of acting, Lalude has been in this game for a very, very long time. Explaining this, he said, it's been 51 years since I started. The journey actually started in 1970, which was the year I made my debut. From that time till now, when I look back to how far I have come, I feel grateful to God. I am more thankful as I recall that others who started with me are no more. Staying relevant till this time is not by my ability. It has only been by God's grace. This was Lalude explaining and sharing this. Well, Lalude is one who is proud of his craft and wants the legacy to live on by handling the baton to his son. He said all of his children are definitely taking on his path as actors and actresses, and yes, his little ones, also the twin, are also skate makers, dancers, among several other entertaining characters. And in his word, he said, definitely all my children, both male and female, are going to follow my footsteps and go into acting. I'm already working on training them for the job. It's the joy of every father to leave a legacy that should be carried on to the next generation. And because my legacy must live on, I am working towards teaching them all that I know. This was Lalude. Well, Lalude also further mentioned that his father wanted him to be a magistrate, but eventually into acting. In his words, my father wanted me to be a magistrate. I never would have believed it if someone had told me I would end up as an actor. And what this means is that no man controls his destiny. It is God that controls our destiny. Lalude has a son who has a striking resemblance with him. His name is Ifawale, and he calls himself Abijo Lalude. Like father, like son, also deals in tradition and is also versed in tradition and cultural things. Well, taking on the toll of his father, he shared a video of himself chanting incantation and sitting in the position of an Ifa priest. And also his little ones, the twin, are into acting, dancing, singing, and comedy. Speaking of comedy, Lalude is one who has been appearing in several skits these days, as a lot of skit makers feature Lalude in most of their skits. Well, he spoke about being in a skit and how much the pay is way better than actually acting several roles for little pay. He said, I was working on a project one day and I received a call from Oluwa who told me he wanted to feature me in a skit. I have seen them making skits for some time and I see how people appreciate what they do on social media. So when the call came in from Ola, I was excited to be part of his project. Much later, Mr. Macaroni also spoke to me, and from our conversation, I discovered that one could earn more money from shooting one scene in skits than when you shoot 10 scenes in movies. I'm not going to deny the fact that skit making producer pay well, but don't forget that it is just an arm of acting. My soul, body, and heart are in acting. Of course, you can't trade passion for money. It has always been like that, and I don't think anything can take the place of acting in my heart. Well, back to the gist about today, which is Lalude celebrating his wedding anniversary with the love of his life. Well, guys, there you have it. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and drop your comments in the comment section below. Thank you. Bye.